Hello everyone, Shroomraver here, and today I've got just a sort of quick post-narration for you all in the UU tier. Now, I was testing out a team that I threw together. My man Alex, Onesie Banette, he's sort of updating his Showdown Spice series, which is where he does showdown battles, and I think if he loses a Pokemon, he drinks a shot of hot sauce, which is just horrible. But it's really good fun to watch, and he's been sort of putting out the word for people to offer him teams for him to use, and he wanted to build around Emolga. So I decided to try and put together a team around banded Emolga, because why not? So I came up with this team, the basic idea of which, sort of to bait the electric move for Emolga to get that motor drive and start firing off hits quite quickly. And so I started testing this team, and I came up against Hermsaur, who is a YouTuber of considerable repute. He is a very interesting guy. He seems to use some really weird sets, which is something I love. I love to use them, I love to see them. So it was actually awesome to play against this dude. I think he might have been streaming at the time. But he comes at me with this this fairly nasty, threatening looking team. So without any further ado, let's just get into the game and see how things played out. So I lead with Miami, my Rotom-Heat. This is especially defensive as he goes with Machamp. He doesn't want to take a hit, he's going to go into Snorlax to sponge any kind of special hit I go for, but I pull a switch of my own into Trevenant. And this is Assault Vest Trevenant with Power Up Punch. I go for it, does nice damage to the Snorlax. I think he can't touch me. Turns out he is Special Snorlax, he's packing the Blizzard, which is awesome. I was knocked off my feet by that. I go for Earthquake, predicting a switch, but he goes for the Blizzard once again. And now this time he is going to make that switch. I'm not going to over-predict, I'm just going to go for Horn Leech. He ends up going into his Hydreigon, which takes this +1 Horn Leech pretty well indeed. So I'm going to switch on out to take a special hit with Rotom. Turns out he is Physical Hydreigon. I suspect he was Scarfed, he's going for Crunches, and they're doing a decent amount. He gets the defense drop, I know I can take one more, so I'm just going to go for the Volt Switch on the Hydreigon, and switch on out into my Aerodactyl Birdseegus. I Mega Up, he still outspeeds with the Crunch, so I'm pretty sure he was Scarfed. I go for the Stone Edge, it gets a crit, how much that matters is, debatable. This is a Mega Aerodactyl Stone Edge. So in comes the Blastoise, and I decide, straight out on into Tentacruel, and he Megas up and goes for the Ice Punch. Physical Mega Blastoise, this guy is throwing all the awesome sets at me right now. So I go for the Toxic Spikes, aware that I can take an Earthquake. So now there's T-Spikes up, I'm really happy with the situation we've got going on there. Now I just want to sort of go into Rotom. He makes a good play here, he goes for the Ice Punch, not the Earthquake again. I don't know how much that crit matters, so I'm not physically defensive Rotom. Gonna go into Emolga. Hermsaur is gonna go into Snorlax to sponge a special hit, but of course this is banded Emolga. Gonna go for that banded Wild Charge and straight take out the Snorlax, which is fantastic. Emolga netting herself a KO. I don't want to take the risk of Porygon Z taking me out, so I'm going to go into Tentacruel to sponge a special hit. He happens to have the Foul Play, which is, an interesting option on PZ. You don't see it all that often. He doesn't want to stay in on Tentacruel, going to make the risky switch into Darm. I'm not over-predicting, I'm going for Scald. Takes Darm down to 32%, he gets Poison, and he's Zen Mode Darm. Now unfortunately it's not going to work out for him today, but props for using Zen Mode Darm. I mean, it doesn't get used very often, but it's awesome to see it when it does. So in comes PZ. I actually went for a Mirror Code, still not twigging that everything is reversed on his team. Everything that should be special is physical and vice versa. He takes me out with a Zen Headbutt. I do have Azelf, who can go for the Psyshock and tank a Zen Headbutt very nicely. Combination of the hit and poison is going to take down the PZ. So it's just 2 mons left, in comes the Blastoise. I'm going to go into Trevenant. If I can take it out, that's fine, but it's kind of pseudo fodder at this point. He goes for the Fake Out, which I forgot Blastoise carries. It's pretty awesome to see. And he's just going to go for the Ice Punch. That, of course, will take out Trevenant, but it's fine because I do still have Emolga. So Emolga's going to come in here, tank an Aqua Jet, which is Blastoise's 4th move. Go for that big old Wild Charge and take out the Mega Blastoise. Another KO for Emolga, looking really good. So now it's just Machamp left, and I don't know why I would expect a physical Machamp at this point. I'm going to go for Wild Charge, take myself out with Recoil, and Machamp unfortunately can't land what happens to be Fire Blast, which is beautiful, the special Machamp coming through, and I can finish it off with Birdsiegeous Aerodactyl, named of course after my man CG. I first saw him move Mega Aerodactyl in Stabmons with Head Smash and Brave Bird, and it was glorious. So that's Birdsiegeous finishing off the game. So that is going to be it from this very short post-com UU. A pleasure to play against Hermsaur. He was using some fantastic sets. I mean, as I said, everything was reversed. Everything that I would expect to be special was physical, and vice versa. And I love using things like that myself, and I love seeing it when people use it as well. So, great game, Hermsaur. Now, I should say, I'm aware that I should be, hopefully, uploading the first part for me of my triple com, which I was so stoked to be a part of, with Dun and Fu. Unfortunately, due to unforeseen technological fuck-uppery of the highest order, my first part has been compromised, as it were. So that's going to have to undergo a little bit of treatment. We're going to have to re-record an episode for me. We should be doing that at the weekend, hopefully, time permitting, and then I will get that up, as soon as I possibly can. But for now, that is going to be it from me. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed, and I guess with that, I'll see you next time. Laters.